Yes and no. In the United States, as in France, as in many other countries in Europe, there is an obsession with the veil. That is the sense that the veil has only one meaning, and I think that's wrong, but it has only one meaning, which is that it's a sign of women's inferiority or of her dangerous sexuality. But I think that in France, there's an additional emphasis on the question of covered women, as they're called, because in France, the uncovered woman is taken to be the sign of natural sexuality, of normal gender relationships. The uncovered woman is the demonstration of an open, free sexuality, which is taken to be not only French, but normal, universal. And so in France, the covered woman, the woman with the veil, is taken to be a denial of that normality. La Nouvelle Laïcité was a term used by François Baron, who was appointed by the government or the Prime Minister in 2003 to do a report on laïcité in France. What Baron did was outline the program that has in fact been put into effect since 2003, outlawing headscarves in public schools, forbidding mothers with hijab to accompany children on school trips, a whole sort of other sets of rules that ended with the outlawing of the niqab, the voile intégral, the full-faced voile in 2012. All of this was a transformation of the law of 1905. In 1905, the idea was that the state was neutral in the face of religion, and private religion or individual religious conscience had to be respected and permitted. The Nouvelle Laïcité says that citizens have to be neutral in all public space. So that transforms completely the notion of what laïcité is about, from the neutrality of the state and of politicians to the neutrality of citizens in public space. That creates forms of discrimination that didn't exist before, and that I think were meant to target Muslims. Everyone called it the headscarf ban. So it was no secret that the target of the law was Muslims. I wrote a new preface for the French edition, and I had met by that time a number of young Muslim women in France who were protesting the discrimination that they experienced. And in a book that they published in 2000, I think it's 16, called Voilés Préjugés, they collected together a number of responses written to the argument that Laurence Rossignol made, in which she compared veiled Muslim women to American slaves, and she used the term that you're not supposed to use, nègre, for which she apologized, but she didn't apologize for her comparison, which was that these women were like slaves who chose to be abjected, subordinated. And these young women wrote answers that were, I found, so impressive. They said things like, these are our rights, this is our liberty, this is what the Enlightenment, the Lumière, the philosophes of the Lumière said about the expression of individual ideas, of religious ideas, of political ideas. We ought to be allowed to express those.